What is the true weight of beauty? Is it a gift, or is it a cage, however gilded? We are taught to chase admiration, to polish our surfaces until they gleam, to win the approval of the crowd. But what if the price of being seen is the loss of the ability to soar? What if the cost of being spectacular is to be forever chained to the ground that reflects your glory? This is a story about two kinds of value, the kind that is displayed, and the kind that is lived. In the heart of a city that had forgotten the sky, there was a sanctuary known as the Prism. It was a vast, crystalline enclosure of polished brass and shimmering glass, a monument to captured beauty. And at its center lived Kaelus, the Peacock. He was not a bird, he was an artifact. His train was a cascade of liquid sapphires, emeralds, and gold, each feather a masterpiece of iridescent light. The unseen patrons who maintained the prism called him their jewel. He was fed on crystallized honey and dewdrops from refrigerated blossoms. His world was a perfect, climate-controlled, silent stage. His only duty was to be magnificent. And he was. When he fanned his tail, the air itself seemed to hold its breath. Light fractured and danced, painting the obsidian floors with impossible colors. This display was his purpose, his power, his entire universe. He knew nothing of wind, or rain, or the raw, untamed world that breathed just beyond the glass. One day, a shadow fell across his perfect world. A traveler, battered and weary, had landed on the roof of the prison to rest. It was Lyra, a crane. Her feathers were the color of storm clouds and winter granite. Her form was lean, functional, built not for show but for endurance. She had tasted the salt of 1,000 coastlines and navigated by stars Kaelus had never seen. Peering down through the crystalline ceiling, she watched the peacock perform his silent, dazzling ritual for an audience of no one. Driven by a curiosity that bordered on pity, she found a service entrance left ajar and descended into the sterile paradise. Kaelus, seeing this drab intruder, felt a surge of indignation. This creature, all grey angles and weary stillness, was an insult to the curated perfection of his home. She was a smudge of reality in his perfect dream. "You are a sorry sight," Kaelus began, his voice smooth and resonant, accustomed to the echo of his own enclosure. "The universe has spilled its jewels upon my back, and yet it has given you nothing but dust and ash. Look at me." He unfurled his train, a supernova of color that flooded the chamber. "This is what it means to be blessed. To be worthy of a stage like this. Your poor, dull feathers are a testament to your insignificance. Why do you even exist?" Lyra stood motionless, her gaze unwavering. She did not look at his feathers, but into his eyes. In them, she saw a profound and terrifying loneliness. She saw the desperation of a prisoner who has convinced himself that his cell is a throne. "It is true," she replied, her voice raspy, like wind over stone. "Your colors are finer than mine. You are a living treasure, locked away for the world to admire. You are the last, perfect note of a song played in a sealed room. But your beauty, magnificent as it is, has a terrible gravity. It binds you to this polished floor. Your splendor is your anchor." Kaelus recoiled. "I am revered. I am protected. You are a vagrant, at the mercy of every storm." "I am not at the mercy of the storm," Lyra corrected softly. "I am a part of it. These feathers you call dull are the color of the dawn I rise to meet. They are the shade of the mountain peaks where I rest above the world. I have soared so high that the great forests below look like moss on a stone. I have felt the jet stream, a river of pure force, carry me across continents. I have seen the curve of the world, a silent, turning sphere of blue and white." She took a step closer to the shimmering glass walls. "Your patrons gave you this cage of light and comfort, and in return, you gave them your sky. My wings may not hold the color of jewels, but they hold the power of the heavens. They can carry me through clouds and over oceans. They can lift me away from any cage, no matter how beautiful." She looked at Kaelus, whose magnificent tail now seemed impossibly heavy, a brilliant burden. "And so I ask you, jewel of the prism," Lyra whispered, "what good are feathers that can only dream of flight? You may be admired by the world, but I I can dance with the winds and soar into the clouds. You are confined to the earth, a spectacle. I am free." With that, Lyra turned, and with 2 powerful beats of her wings, she ascended back through the opening, leaving Kaelus alone in his silent, glittering, perfect prison. The reflection of his own beauty on the floor had never looked so cold.